me closer.
What's up, all you Dragon Soulers out there? I've just got a request because some people are probably wondering about that ever so painful Enchanter Forgotten Dragon line. Now, I mean, I did post a video about how to counter it, or well, the best I could about how to counter it, and it wasn't so, really detailed on how you can include that into your defense. So, like if you notice in my defense, I have that set up too, because it's probably one of the more annoying lines, and it really helps on your defenses. Alright, so, wait, let me head back in there. Alright, if you notice on the defense there, I have changed my Dslayer to be in my third line. And then also I have my Huntress in there, my Shaman, my Forgotten Dragon, and my Enchanter. Now, my Forgotten Dragon isn't really that perfect as far as runes go, but here's why you have these people in here. If you look at his white skill, he turns the flow of time against all enemies for 3 seconds, immobilizing their attack and movement speed. When time resumes back to normal, all enemies will take 40,000 magic damage. 40,000 is not too much, but it's not too bad either. Extra magic damage will be inflicted on the enemy that cancels the attack. So, I'm not even sure what that means. But, so, we have Stagnant, and it reduces the armor and magic resist for 9 seconds. And they can't gain energy while stagnant. I haven't seen him use that skill too much. This one I see a little bit more frequently. Basically, he puts a bubble around himself and he can't be attacked, but he can't attack either. But it does do 25k damage once that bubble shatters. It's an okay amount. He gets a good boost to intellect and a slight boost to dodge off his purple, and that's a passive skill, so it's automatic. And his legendary skill is another one that will also be a big thing, not only because he's reducing all of their energy while he's in his time blast, but it also allows him to gain 330 energy at the start of a battle wave. 330 energy is pretty goddamn good. Now, one thing I've made a mistake on was bringing him to Cyan 2. Cyan 1, he gets a lot of expertise gear, and what the expertise gear will do is bring this 330 energy up quite a bit. I can't remember the exact number that he does, or that he gains per point of expertise, but the more expertise, the better, So then we have Forgotten Dragon, which is another one that has been asked about. Now, Dragony Dust, it basically makes her skill pretty much like Vile. And it's more of a channeled skill than it was with Vile, where Vile is, for this many seconds, Vile will absorb all attack. This one is consuming 150 energy every second. So, what is it? 6 seconds or 7 seconds without Shaman, and then when Shaman in there, it boosts it probably to 10 plus. Another one is this one right here. Whenever she's running her Dragony Dust, everybody is getting 72.5 energy every second, which combined with Shaman boosts that quite a bit. You're giving more than 100 energy per second. So basically, it's like having Moondrake proccing her Radiant Flux. This one's another good one. When Dragony Dust is not activated, everybody gets a magic damage cut by about 6,000. It's not really that much when it comes to high-powered white skills. And this is another good one too. She's healing herself every second during Dragony Dust. So she's taking all that damage and she's healing while she's taking that damage. And that is why she's a big use. Of course, you have Dslayer in there not only to boost the accuracy, but also to block any sort of energy drainers. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. Let's see. We have Enchanter. Then we have Shaman, of course. Shaman gives the recharge, where he's giving 36 energy to everyone. every second. The more expertise you have, the better. Did I go over Huntress? I did not go over Huntress. Alright, I didn't even skill her up. Well, let me do that real quick. So basically, her white skill is a big thing. She fires 3 waves of arrows, dealing about 40,000 damage per thing. So that's about 120,000. Once those enemies are hit, their attack speed is reduced by 50% for 8 seconds. So, you know, she's really slowing them down. She doesn't do this one too much, but she does. And it removes any stuns, and then gives them bonus basic damage for 5 seconds. This one is a good one for the start of battle. It's dealing 70,000 damage right at the start of combat to the highest intellect. And then this one right here, anytime that enemies are damaged at Huntress, their attack speed is reduced by 25%, and their dodge is reduced by 145. It'll stack up to 3 times, so 75% attack speed reduction is pretty good. I'm not exactly sure if it stacks with Barrage, but I'm pretty sure I have a good idea that it does. So, you know, 100, and that combined with Enchanter, you know, that's like constantly having 0% attack speed on all of your heroes. Let's see, who else was in that line that I forgot what I had in that line here. So, yep, that's them 5 right there. So yeah, that's how that line works right there. I'll show you how my runes are set up and what kind of runes you can have. So, when it comes to Internal Enchanter, you're going to want to run with, of course, River and Starting Energy. His Keystone does not give that Starting Energy. So basically what I did was I did Intellect, Skill Power, and Cooldown Reduction. You could do Magic Penetration if you want, but he's not really set up for damage too much. But, you know, basically Starting Energy, Starting Energy, Starting Energy. The more movement speed, the better. I got a little bit there. I got some movement speed over here. And I don't think I grabbed any up here. No, I didn't. But basically, much Starting Energy as you can, as much movement speed as you can. Forgotten Dragon, of course. River set, the same thing. Starting energy, starting energy, starting energy. Movement speed. He has starting energy on this as well. He doesn't deal too much damage, but still intellect, you can't go wrong. Maybe improve healing would be a good set. This is the best set that I was able to find at the time. Up here, of course, more starting energy. Over here, of course, more starting energy. That's basically Forgotten Dragon in a nutshell, as well as Internal Enchanter. Now there's a slight change on Huntress. Huntress, you have your starting energies, of course, but you're also rocking the Flame set. It gives her more damage. And on her majors, I went for more starting energy and expertise. But ideally, I'd like to have attack speed. The higher her attack speed, the more damage she will deal. If you also notice here, I have some piercing damage here. I have a little bit on this one as well, and then this one I don't have anything on that one. That was a filler, so eventually I'll work on getting more piercing damage. The more piercing damage, the more damage she's going to do. As for her keystone right here, I would go for the agility, basic damage, and attack speed set. I haven't been able to get the set that I want for her yet, but it's a work in progress. And that's pretty much her. As for, there's a few different ways that people like doing Dragon Slayer. I have Flame set, so that way her white skill of Heroic Smash does more damage. I have Cooldown set, and I'm trying to include as much bashing damage as I can. If you see here, at 4-star, I have a 6.3 bashing damage. At 5-star, that will be a 10%. I have a 12.6% here as a 4-star. At 5-star, it'll be a 20%. I ran with expertise, so more for, not that one, more for the accuracy gain. I think I might have stated this in another video. Also, I have the bonus crit set, because not only because there's a 15% once 5-star basic or bashing damage on it, but also because of bonus crit damage. Whenever she crits, she'll deal a lot more damage. Up here, I tried to go more for an expertise set, and I did basic damage growth the best I could. And that's basically her. Shaman, I have showed Shaman before, and I'll retouch on him. But basically, expertise, expertise, expertise. Get a little bit more expertise up there. Get a little bit more expertise up there. And get the electrical, intellect, and skill power keystone. I want to get as much expertise right there. If you notice, I got 79. I got 119, 122.2 expertise. Now, his recharge, you get 0.25 energy per level, per expertise point. So I'm up to about 70 energy per second that I'm giving. And that's basically it for that team. It's a really good team to have in your defense. Obviously, it's the meta right now. If I look over in my Coliseum here, I'm going to notice there's the line right there on line 3. There's the line right there on line 3. There's the line right there on line 3. There's the line right there on line 3, except they don't have Huntress in there. They have Void to try to get some more energy drain. There's somewhat of the line right there, but actually that's not really it at all. That person right there is still running off the Dslayer KK meta. This person right here also has it, and they're throwing an Archer instead of Huntress in that lineup. I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with that one, but, you know. Anyways, moving on to 7th, we have that same line. We moving on to 8th, we have that same line. We moving on to 9th, that same line. And so on and so forth, going on down. Now, I mean, a lot of these people probably don't have that set in there because, you know, they don't have all of them worked up right away. Forgotten Dragons, kind of new. Enchanter, a lot of people forgot about. You know, that whole ordeal. So, that's pretty much it for that line. As I said before, the counter to that line, you know, I've stated in that video, Kraken or Witch to supplement with Dust Devil and Huntress and your Enchanter and Shaman. It really helps out a lot. I mean, it's the best I can find right now. I've also heard, you know, that throwing Void in there for the damage instead of the energy drain is also really good too. That line isn't really the best number one line to have because if you can see, KK line is still taking it out. But a lot of people don't understand that. Look at, I mean, even throwing these guys in here just for the contest points, I'm probably able to stand a pretty good shot at it. As long as I have my Dslayer in to block the energy drain, you know, these guys gain energy quite well. And wow, I just realized how much that actually affects. I did not realize that Kaiju did that much damage towards that, but I lost that battle because that Kaiju was an unprecedented event. Actually, come to think about Kaiju, I haven't gone over his legendary yet, have I? Basically, Kaiju's legendary is making him pretty good. I'm still undecided whether to bring him up to Cyan 3 or not because I am really enjoying the dodge set coming from these two gears. But basically, the legendary skill is reducing incoming range attack damage by 24,000. It attaches heavy tag enemies on damage by the basic attack. So every time, let's say, you know, you got a really light hero like, you know, Archer, for example. If he hits Archer with his basic attack, she becomes heavy and then takes a lot more damage from Kaiju. 24,000 isn't really that much when it comes to, you know, dealing with income or blocking damage like Archer, for example. But that's the kind of the best I can do right now. I mean, if you look, I have Ocean set and I have skill power and skill power up here. I haven't really did too much focus on tertiaries, but I do have some right here. That'll be a 10%. That'll be a 15%, and then that will be that's already a 15%. So his fire damage is covered. Also, I have it right there too. So I got the starting energy covered. I have the Fury to get more energy, and I have magic penetration because of that fire damage. And so, you know, that's pretty much the best he can do right now. Cyan 3, maybe, perhaps, he'll get that boost in damage. Let me do a recheck on that. But if you look at Cyan 2, you're going to get agility right there. You're going to get skill power 1700. That's pretty good right there. You're going to get intellect of 300. You're going to get agility right there. You're going to get intellect another 50. And then you're going to get more agility. I'm still trying to figure out why agility is a big thing on him, but yeah, whatever. 525 intellect plus whatever you enchant, plus a little bit of strength. You get 300 intellect here plus whatever the enchant is. 700 skill power plus whatever the enchant is. Then you get 300 more intellect. I mean, he's getting a lot of intellect and magic-based stuff over here. So this could be a good thing to run. It might be worth sacrificing that dodge. But that's pretty much all I have for you today. I'm giving you a little advice on that, on how to get your defense set up to the meta. I mean, I am trying to figure out ways to counter that. And, you know, it's going to take some time to find out that, you know, that these battles are going over so quick, it's hard to analyze what happened. I hope all this stuff helps you out, and I hope you guys get to that grinding immediately right afterwards. Send me a like. You can subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and give it a rate. Thank you very much, and have a good day.